Now let's go to renewable energy. Solar energy. This can apply to solar panels, to solar water heaters, to solar absorption chillers. Take note of this. This is the latitude we are above the equator. Davao is 7 degrees above the equator. Cebu is approximately 10. Manila is 14. Pagudpud is 18 degrees above the equator. Now, how do you orient your solar panels? The solar panels have to be oriented south. South in the Philippines. Why? Because the sun goes from east to west on the southern side. Not east, you only get morning sun. Not west, you only get afternoon sun. Not north. If somebody of you who have attended this lecture put the solar panel on the north, you were not listening and probably sleeping during this lecture. Don't put it facing north. The sun is not there. So south. At what angle? It's the angle above the equator plus 15 degrees, 1-5. So for example, if you're in here, Cebu, you would orient your solar panel minimum of 10 degrees plus 15. Remember that the sun moves about 15 degrees during the year. No? In December, it's farther down south. In June, it's farther up. No? So that's why, if you want to maximize it, you're better off putting it at 15 degrees so that you get the sun at its lowest point. No? Okay, so that's the rule. Now, why am I saying this? Even if Louis said solar panels are expensive. Well, solar panels are great. All they need is a solar panel, storage battery, an inverter which converts the DC direct current into alternating current. It's expensive, about 120,000, 130,000 per panel of maybe 60 by 140, and that gives you a power output of about 120 watts, which can power up 2 electric fans. I'm just giving the equivalent. No? Why am I saying this? So that if you're going to retrofit and you have to change that, at least put a roof or incline something already at this angle, so that when China is doing solar panels by the billions, and you can buy a solar panel in the sari-sari store for 50 centavos, then all you do is sampak mo na lang sa roof. It's all set, di ba? So that's why I'm bringing this up to you, so that at least you can already look at your building and see if you can put a roof oriented to the south at the proper angle, so that when the time comes, you can just put those panels right on there, and that would be a perfect location. Huh? Second, hydro. You know hydro. The smallest level of hydro is picohydro. Okay? It uses water to turn a turbine which generates electricity. Of all the renewable energies, this is the most efficient renewable energy. Why? Solar, you're dependent on the sun, and you need storage batteries. Wind, same thing, depending on the wind. But if you have water, if you're beside a creek, if you're beside the river, utilize it, because then that is constantly moving. Now let me tease your imagination a little bit. If water is the most efficient thing, then all you need to do is turn that turbine. Let me give you a concept I've been toying around with for many, many years. It's a complete cycle. Imagine creating a water tower. Water tank above, a pipe going down, computed with enough head, run a turbine, run a generator, produce electricity, have a catchment of water below, and then pump that water back up over a tank, and that is a closed cycle. How do you get the water from here to there? I've discussed it with so many engineers, and I've got so many ideas now. One, you can use wind, like a windmill, to bring the water up. You can use a solar panel, power a pump to bring it up. Or you can even use what is known as a ram pump, R-A-M-P-U-M-P. The idea of a ram pump is that even with a 1 meter head, you can drive a water up 10 times that meter. No? So, interesting thing. If you can develop that, I was thinking, if you can develop that, you probably solve the electrical problems of many people in the Philippines who are off-grid, who can at least power up their lights, maybe their ref, and maybe their cable TV. No? Beyond that, mahirap na. Okay, so renewable energy, think about it. If you're building, if you're near the water source, look into this possibility. No? Wind. There are two types, no? Wind turns, standard thing, and the other thing. Now, why do I talk about this? If you have an air conditioning system in your building, retrofitting to, and your compressor is blowing hot air, aside from getting the hot water out of it, do you know that you can actually attach a small fan to that thing and generate electricity? If you're running a hospital and that air conditioning is running 24 hours, that is a perfect thing to use to even power up all your interior corridor lights, which are on the whole time, and you're going to power it up with actually the same cost you're running your aircon. Okay, so just teasing your imagination, so that really, in the end, when you look at renewable energy, it's a matter of analyzing what is there, what are the resources being utilized and wasted, so to speak, in the building, and try to see if you can maximize it.